Hailing from Baltimore, he stands out with his high hand speed, impeccable timing, solid defense, and terrifying punching power. Among the scalps of this American puncher are names like Ryan Garcia, Leo Santa Cruz, and Jose Pedraza. Today, this author wants to tell you about one of the most impressive performances at the beginning of 2021. Gervonta Davis, holding the WBA championship title in the lightweight category, stunned many by announcing his intention to test himself in the super lightweight division. Of course, this wasn't about any warm-up fights. It was announced that the American would face off against WBA champion, undefeated compatriot Mario Barrios. Some took the news without much enthusiasm due to Barrios' low popularity. Others were slightly concerned, and it must be admitted, there were reasons for concern. San Antonio native Barrios is a tough fighter with considerable punching power. But what worried Gervonta's fans the most was the colossal physical advantage of the champion. Standing at 183 centimeters tall with a reach of 180 centimeters compared to Davis's modest 166 centimeters and 171 centimeter reach. However, many rightly noted a noticeable difference in favor of Gervonta in overall skill level. Moreover, Barrios' level of opposition did not hold up to any criticism compared to the contender. The most notable name on Barrios' resume was the mid-level Bodajan Akhmedov, whom he defeated to win the championship belt despite 2 knockdowns suffered by the Uzbek boxer. The Davis-Barrios bout took place on June 26, 2021. As the guys listened to the referee's instructions, it was inadvertently frightening for Davis. The champion towered over him like a tower. It seemed that if the tall and physically strong Mario landed a few times with impact, Gervonta's fans from Baltimore would be scattered home in a bad mood. But, as it turned out, Mario's punching power didn't compare to Davis's.
Leo Santa Cruz, smaller than Barrios, tried to push.
Davis scored the Ring Magazine 2020 with that lethal left. With his prodigious power in the lower, thinks this is the fight.
You know, Davis normally lands.
Loving and adept at fighting at close range, the WBA champion wisely focused on boxing carefully from the outside. Barrios leaned heavily on the jab, keeping Davis at a safe distance. The contender in the early rounds was almost inactive, lazily pressing Mario behind his guard and bursting with rare combinations. Primarily due to the usual starting passivity of Tank, Barrios won these rounds. But there was a feeling that as soon as Davis stepped on the gas, his opponent wouldn't withstand it.
There's that hook to the body, right hand upstairs.
Was firing back again, ripped the left hook downstairs. Kind of blocked.
High guard.
For Barrios, he likes that. They stay on the outside and peck away.
That right hand bounced off the glove of...
In just a little bit more in this round, he's making himself.
Davis still putting on the... There's a right hook to the body by Davis. Left hand there. Barrios rips it.
Difference in Barrios doubles. The last round, Barrios sticking that jab, getting a right hand in. Kind of on.
The Baltimore native only woke up in the 5th round, and it immediately had an effect. The champion started missing a lot, and he definitely felt Davis's punches. At this point, he held up well, but by this time, Gervonta had warmed up completely, calculating his opponent's simple actions, and he had no intention of deviating from the path of victory. His advantage began to grow by leaps and bounds.
Up 2 weight classes, nails a 1-2. Now the head Davis on the
distance really well.
And Davis.
He kind of felt the waters out there. He's getting closer with that left hand.
Pressuring Barrios.
Barrios off to a good start.
Himself and Barrios now is, to potentially Pedraza. And of course,
I know he has a more aggressive. Dave mentioned is that Davis has taken Barrios as well also.
good point.
Early on, I was asking myself, how many rounds is Davis going to give away?
Position to power punches.
Now, but hey, plan B.
Hoping to find an open for this like that. Another left hand. His personal space beginning to find his distance. Right.
First left
Up there for Barrios. You can't just go straight all the time.
Double jab followed by left hand.
Davis attacking the jab very effectively.
Early on, I was asking how many rounds is Davis going to
Game plan.
Davis
Trying to counter. Barrios trying to time. That's different levels, of course.
Davis is dangerous, especially with that uppercut.
Oh, right hand got through the guard by Ben in their respective pro careers.
There it is.
And left by
Davis wanting left in, and there actually it was a pretty straight left hand. I mentioned that I
with the right hand, left hook, regard, good combination.
It seemed that the fight would end in the 8th round, in which Davis twice sent his opponent to the canvas. But Barrios withstood the pressure, and some confusion in Tank's actions prevented him from finishing off the clearly shaken opponent.
Gervonta Tank Davis brought his power to 140, and Mario has been decked twice in round 7.
You okay? Well, now we will know what happens when Davis hits him well.
Mentioning Barrios here in the 8th, but Barrios trying to fight back.
Used a lot of energy that round.
Surprisingly, the 9th round was won by Mario, who scored several good hits, pinning Davis against the ropes. Now that's character.
In that ferocious 8th.
Well, Virgil Hunter said that I think Barrios.
9th left.
I can see Davis taking this round off after,
Scorecard. So
Oh, and Barrios lands a combination.
here is where Barrios in the last round
and is that
lands.
safe?
Up and down goes Barrios. So after
Well, and Davis is thrown.
right hand the body by Barrios.
To score, guys.
Boy, yeah.
Both at the moment.
Oh, beautiful uppercut.
Winning that round, but then Davis hurt him.
The 11th round was the last. Davis sent Barrios to the canvas for the 3rd time in the fight, after which he forced the referee to stop the dangerous beating. At the time of the fight's stoppage, the former champion was hopelessly trailing on points, twice 92-96 and 91-97.
Corner watch the forearms. Davis forward, walking through fire. Walking forward, walking through fire. Right hand body by Barrios. Again. 3, time to arm.
5, 7, 8. Okay.
Just unloads the left.
The victory over Barrios brought the hero of our story a championship title in his 3rd weight category. Such an achievement is hard to ignore, and the young American has made a serious claim for future induction into the Boxing Hall of Fame.